This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social here out in the Middle East, Abu Dhabi, for what is a brilliant night of boxing. Bivol against Ramirez. I'm delighted to be joined for the first time. I've been around a couple of fight weeks, but never been able to interview you myself. Amir Khan, how are you?
Charlie, is it Charlie? Yeah. Charlie, nice to meet you, brother. Hope you're well.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Look,
Are you enjoying Abu Dhabi?
I'm loving it, bro. And I've got Dubai next week with Coogan as well.
It's a good time as well because the weather now is amazing here. So yeah, man.
Well, I come back from Saudi and my mum sort of said to me, like, if you don't get a tan, you need to grow up. And I didn't get a tan. So this week, these next 2 weeks, I'm like on my tan game.
Poolside, just chill. Yeah, have some water next to you.
Yeah. Keep hydrated, maybe a couple cocktails or something.
Yeah, I say not too much, but I mean, you want to fall in that pool or have an accident. But yeah, I mean, look, you love it. Honestly, Dubai is a beautiful place, and obviously I've been here for the last year now. It's very safe, very good, and the kids love it. I mean, it's brilliant, really.
Well, let's talk about the boxing. Bivol Ramirez, a brilliant card. We've also got Chantel Cameron, who looks to go undisputed against Jessica McCaskill, and Zelfa Barrett, who takes on the tough, powerful puncher in Rakimov. A really good card of boxing out here in the Middle East.
Massive card for boxing, and I think what Eddie's come here and what he's doing here is amazing. I think Abu Dhabi needed this. We needed big boxing fights to come here, and having Bivol come here and Ramirez, which is a massive fight. I think it's a good way of starting boxing in the Middle East, and I'm looking forward to having for Matchroom and other boxing promoters out here having more shows here and doing more for boxing here, because I think this region does lack boxing. I mean, you see UFC. I was here last week. I was with the UFC. UFC is massive over here in the same arena. It was a full house, and I imagine you say we get boxing happening more often here. I think boxing could be in the same position. It could be packed, and a lot of people will be here.
I think it's nice that we can also come out here and it allows people like Dimitri Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez to go together and get a bigger purse also that they wouldn't get out in maybe in America and the UK.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're throwing big checks to big fights over here. To a lot of fights they're throwing big checks at. And, it's still new. They want to promote the country. They want to promote tourism and everything else. So it makes sense for them to spend a lot of money. But at the same time, it's good for the fighters because the fighters making big checks. And... I mean, they deserve it because we know how hard it is to be in training camp. We know how hard it is to be away from your family. I mean, it's a tough night of work. It's tough to get hit in the head. I mean, it's a hard night of work. So, but I think these guys deserve it more than anyone, really.
Let me rattle through them because I know you've done a few and you only promised one. Look, you yourself, obviously since that Brook fight you haven't fought, and I've heard you say in the other interviews here that you're just enjoying yourself. You wanted 12 months away of just not doing too much. But look, we heard that there was a rematch clause in that fight. Did it ever cross your mind that you wanted to evoke it?
To be honest with you, you know what? There was, I think there was like peer pressure there. Where a lot of people were saying that, yeah, you should do the rematch. We know it wasn't you and you were fighting. And I was like, you know what, you're right there. It's funny because no one asked me this question before. You're the first to ask this question. Even Coogan right sat there didn't ask this question. About the rematch clause, why the fight didn't happen. And if I had, did I ever have the chance to have a rematch with Kell Brook?
Just announce your comeback and get on with it.
So basically what happened was, yeah, there was a rematch clause in there, but then, so I was speculating. Me and my team were talking about it. I could see my heart wasn't even in there. I was like, I don't really want to do it. But like I said, I'm not going to be one of them fighters to be scared and say, I'm going to say no to the rematch. So when Kell Brook announced he's retired, I was like, thank God for that. No rematch.
Didn't tempt me.
Yeah, it didn't tempt me. I didn't say nothing. I was like, oh, it would have been a good rematch, but thank God it's over. You know what I mean? I swear to God, that's what it was. And I swear it was easy as that. Whereas really the blame would have gone on him because he retired. But to be honest with you, even if he didn't retire, I don't think a rematch would have happened. Like I said, lost love for the sport, didn't want to be in there. And that was it really. I mean, we both made big money that night. We did really well. And no one got hurt. And we move on to other bigger and better things now.
Well, something else that's coming to the Middle East, the exhibitions. We've got Floyd Mayweather and Deji next week. Floyd sort of will always go where the money goes. Is there an exhibition that could ever tempt you? It's less rounds and,
less rounds, but I said I want to do 12 months, do nothing. For 12 months, I don't want to do anything,
maybe
literally.
In the future?
Maybe in the future, after 12 months, I might see what happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, at the moment, just going to just chill and lay low and just enjoy my life. I've started going to the gym and started enjoying the gym now, whereas before I never used to enjoy the gym. Now it's like, now I'm like going there doing the weights and stuff. I don't care if I put muscle on, if I lose muscle or put fat on. I'm like, don't have to weigh on them scales. The first thing I did was when I went to Dubai, I threw my scales in the bin. So, you know, I used to step on them that many times when I was training. Even outside training camps, you do get obsessive. Just normal, even after you eat, you think, oh, let's see how much I weigh. So, you know what, I got kind of obsessive, and yeah, so it's gone now.
Let me ask you about the big heavyweights. We know Tyson Fury's fighting Derek Chisora. Just firstly, your thoughts on that ourselves. We know Derek is a brilliant servant to British boxing, but a bit of criticism on the fight. I know they haven't fought in what I think is about 9-10 years now, but I think people did want to see Tyson Fury with another opponent. Are you happy that Derek got the shot, or would you have liked to see Tyson someone better?
Yeah, I mean, look, it would have been nice to have someone better, but to be honest with you, I think two British fighters fighting each other. Derek Chisora gets another opportunity to make money, big money. I think he deserves it. I mean, at the end of the day, we all prize fighters, and why not? I mean, if he gets the opportunity, he needs to go and take it. And he got the opportunity, and he's talking smack, and he's gonna do. He says he's gonna go in there and give it hell and and make it hard work for Fury. But look, it's an exciting fight anyway, because you see, we know that Derek Chisora has only got a few rounds in him. It will make it interesting for a few rounds, but at the same time, look, I think he deserves it. Why not? Why not get a payday? And look, he deserves it more than anyone, because he has been in a lot of wars, and last couple of fights he's been looking good. So yeah.
Tyson Fury did do an interview with a YouTuber, the true Geordie, and he sort of came out, and I think from the get-go people said he probably didn't want to be there. I don't know if you've seen the viral clip, but he sort of came out and he sort of was like, you tosspot, all this and all that about the fight itself, sort of on the criticism he received. Do you think it's sort of fair for him to go on an interview like that?
Yeah, I mean, look, end of the day, it's hard. I mean, look, his names get always put with the likes of Joshua and the biggest names, Usyk, and he can't get them fights. So end of the day, he is going to be a little bit pissed off, and he's going to start going bad-mouthing and going to a bit of a difficult situation.
Especially when
exactly, and he's in obligations and all that. So I do feel for him, because look, he doesn't get the fights that he wants, and yeah, so you do feel it for him. But at the end of the day, look, I'm sure his time will come. Or it's already come, because what he's done in the sport of boxing, for heavyweight boxing, I don't think we've ever had a British heavyweight champion with what he's done. I don't think no British heavyweight champion's ever done that. So credit to Tyson, even if we called it a day-to-day. I mean, we'll all be very happy with his career. I think he's had an enormous and a magnificent career.
Well, just lastly on Anthony Joshua, he's here tonight. He said on DAZN about an hour ago, his head's not right. You know, this is his first time in a long time that he's not been in some sort of world title contest. Obviously now after 2 defeats, you know, he won't be guaranteed a world title fight next. His mindset's not in the right place. What's next for AJ? You know, do you worry when you hear comments like that? Because, you know, it must be difficult for himself after being in that stride of so many years, always in those back-to-back world title contests. But, you know, does he need to go back to the drawing board and potentially, I won't say easy opponents, but someone that he's expected to win against? Or, you know, is he going right back into dogfights?
I do feel bad for him, because I think he's always had pressure on him going into fights and having world titles on the line. I think he does deserve a normal fight, not an easy fight, because at the end of the day, no fight is easy. I think he deserves to go into a fight without that pressure, go into a fight and get a good few rounds in under his belt, without the pressure of having to keep hold of them world titles. You know, and imagine back-to-back, you know, selling at arenas, and you've got everyone there who's cheering you on, and they expect you to go in there and win every fight. You make one little mistake, but look, he's made them mistakes, he's got beaten, but end of the day, it shows a character when they come back, and I'm sure he'll come back stronger from this.
Amir, thank you very much for your time, and look forward to seeing you throughout the Middle East, and hopefully link up another time.